I'm going to tell you a little story, just to give a little a light experience of this whole talk. I may have told it to you once before, but probably all of you who are here were not here when I told you that story before. I don't remember if I told you this. This is something which happened when I was a Yeshiva Bacher, which is not that long ago, more than 10 years ago, but so there was a man over there that used to come in, and this man was a learned man. He had a good head. He was a Yeshiva Bacher at one time before. And he came from a parents. His father was a Rav. Something failed in his life, and as a result of that, he went off. He had a ruined life. He was like a tramp. You know what a tramp is? He was traveling from place to place. He wasn't settled any place. He didn't live in a place. He didn't do anything. He was gifted, but he couldn't settle himself down. And he used to come into the yeshiva. I mean, I had all kinds of debates with him and talked to him, He said that the Rebbe promised my parents that I'm going to come back to Yiddishkeit. And I'm waiting to see when that's going to happen. Anyway, so this man one time comes into Bis Medrash. He says, Abba, I want to tell you what happened to me. I was going from this, trying to get to a certain place. And I was hitchhiking. What hitchhiking means? Hitchhiking means you stand on the highway and you point, you want to go in that direction. And somebody would stop and give you a lift. Today, you have to be crazy to pick up anybody because it's dangerous. Then also it was, people wouldn't pick up so easily. But it was much, much more common. I was hitchhiking to this place. And I'm standing there on the road and nobody stops. It was getting late, getting dark. In the dark, forget, nobody's going to pick you up in the dark. By day, they see who you are and they pick you up by day. And I was very tired. I was unhappy, tired and cold. Nobody's picking me up. So what am I going to do? So I start walking on the road. Start walking. Okay, I have no choice. I'll walk. As I'm walking, the night falls, and a drizzle, rain starts coming down. Not a heavy rain, a drizzle. I tell you, I was miserable. What does a person do when he is miserable? He starts talking to God. All of a sudden, God is a reality. So I started talking to God. I'm walking. I said, God, he said, if I had $20, those days $20 was a valuable amount. If I had $20, what would I do? I would go off, I would buy me a ticket on a bus to go to the place where I want to go. Then over there, I would go into a hotel, get me a warm bath, and have a good night's sleep. And then I had some breakfast besides. And he's dreaming about this $20. What would happen if I would have had $20? He's walking under it. He says, "Oh God, show me that you know who I am, and you know where I am, and you know what I need, and you show me that you can respond. Show me, Adarabah. Prove yourself." He says, I was walking, I started believing, that this is going to happen. So I started looking on the ground, in the grass, in the bushes, Where is the $20 that Hashem is sending me? Looking here, looking here, listen in that state of mind. As I'm walking, a car stops. A car stops. I'm walking up to this guy. The guy says, "Where do you want to go?" And they say, "I'm going there." He says, "Oh, okay, I'll take you." So I go into his car and I said to him, I'm surprised he stopped. People don't stop. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not worried. I'm not scared. So I took him in. Drives him up to the town where he wants to go. Apparently it wasn't very far. Says, "Okay, this is as far as I'm going. Thank you very much." Then the man turns around and says, "Look, I see you're tired, you're cold. I want to give you a little something. Not much." Takes out a $20 bill. Gives him $20, says, "Go, book yourself a hotel room, take a bath, and have a good night's sleep." Just like that. So he said, "I took this $20 bill." Huh? I took this $20 bill. I looked at it. I thought it was some kind of a dream. I didn't believe it's real. I walk out of the car with this $20 bill. Go in to change it, just to test is it real or not. Can you give me 2 tens for this 20? Just to make sure it's real. It's real. I give him $20. They give me 2 tens. Okay. Oh yeah, wait. It's like forgot the main part of it. As he was walking through this misery and talking to God, he was telling God, "If you prove to me that you know who I am and you know where I am, I promise I am going to change my way. I'm coming back. I'm going to change my way." Coming out of this car, and the $20 is real. So I go, and I book myself a hotel room. I take a deep, long bath. And I climb into bed. And I have a good night's sleep. I come back to my senses. You know what happens when I came back to my senses? I forgot the whole thing. Abba, what happens. You come back, you discount this, you discount that, and nothing happens.